Good evening, Drew.
Did you get the pop-up that I just got on Skype?
Yeah, I got a few pop-ups, but yeah, yeah,
It wants
yeah.
it wants us to move to
It
Teams.
it does. We're not moving to teams,
We're
so
not we're not going to move to Teams.
no,
That's
no.
it's coming up though. We
It
got to we
is.
got
It
to make a
is.
decision
We
pretty soon.
we do. We do. We do.
Oof. I don't like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Um.
Man, thank you as always for coming around my schedule.
No
Uh
problem. How was the travel?
man, have you ever been to Austin before?
Uh. No. I can't remember if I've been. No. No. I never went to Austin. No. No.
Austin's one of those cities that, like, depending on who you talk to, everybody thinks of Austin as a different kind of city. Now, I've been all over Texas. I've been to Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, West Texas. I've been all over Texas, but I've never been to Austin before. And like Dallas is, first of all, Dallas is just huge. Like the
Dallas
entire
is big.
metroplex
Yeah.
of Dallas is just big. It's very
Yeah.
spread out. I've only been to downtown Dallas proper once. Every other time I've been there, I have been just out in different parts of Dallas. I've been to like Grapevine. I've been to like around the airport there because the company I first worked for had a facility that was very near the airport. The company I work for now, some of the people that I visit are out in Plano, Texas, which is, I guess, north of the city,
Yeah.
I think.
That's where I lived. Yeah.
Oh, you lived in Plano?
Yeah, I did.
Plano or Plano?
Plano.
Plano. Okay. It's probably way different now than when you lived there.
I'm sure. Yes, like every. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like a light rail system now. Did it have light
Really?
rail when you were there?
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No.
Yeah. So there you go. Well, anyway, that was my first time in Austin. Now, when I say the word Austin to you, what do you associate that city with?
So, when I lived in Plano, uh, the manager I worked for at the time called Austin the armpit of Texas. So, that's when you say Austin, Texas, I think armpit. So,
It wasn't very nice.
okay, there it is. Okay.
Um, yeah, everything felt a little old. And that's extremely epitomized by the airport. I'm not saying that Port Columbus is the best airport in the country,
Right.
but it is a small, quote unquote, international airport serving the greater Columbus area. And Columbus is a pretty decent sized town, but I don't think it's as big as Austin or the surrounding Austin area. But that airport feels like it's 25 years older than it is. It's just very small. It's very cramped. I've been to, and you've been too. You've been to very large airports that serve multitudes. Like you've been to Vegas. You've been to, I don't know, what other airports have you been to in recent memory?
Geez, I haven't. Where did I? Atlanta, Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Atlanta is which you have
Atlanta's
to, like,
huge. Yeah.
Atlanta's a whole different monster, right?
Yeah,
Just
it's
setting that
it's
aside,
practically a city.
but Vegas is an airport that's older,
Yeah.
but it keeps up with demand. It's big, it's spacious. There's multiple security checkpoints. There's lots of places to eat. There's lots
Yeah.
of places to do stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Slot
plenty of
machines
places to
everywhere.
sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, slot machines in the airport, little cubicles you can go smoke in. That airport's older, but they have it figured out. Even at its busiest times, you're not in security that long
Yeah.
in Vegas.
hmm And plus, the Vegas security had a really great doggo that you had to walk past. So
Yeah.
yeah. It
The-
was a
the-
working.
the-
It was a dog with a job, but it was still. I still appreciated it. Yeah.
First of all, every dog has a job and it still love you.
Yeah.
But when I tell you that the clear line, not TSA pre-check, but the clear line. Oh, I got another pop-up in Skype telling me to switch to Teams.
It's real thirsty.
It's very thirsty for Teams, and I don't know how to tell Microsoft this, but next to Bing, Teams the worst things they ever made. Anyway, the clear line was like 50 people deep.
Oh,
TSA pre-check, I was in line. I'm glad I got to the airport early. That is in recent memory, in probably the last 2.5 years of travel, where I was in line for security for more than 35 minutes. It just, everything's very, very cramped. That airport has too much shit in it. And Austin's one of those cities that I feel like tries to be hipper than it is. Because I think probably back when you lived in Texas, Austin probably was a lot sleepier. But I feel that it has gone through a particular renaissance of younger people moving there, tech companies moving there. And that has had a lot of effects on the type of vendors that you see. And again, I've been to some pretty big cities in recent memory. I finally saw one of those little robots that deliver food.
oh,
Austin
interesting.
has them.
Okay.
Austin has Waymos. Austin has all these things. And it's like, why is this in Austin?
Yeah.
The little robots were very cute. They had little wheels and they got these little LED screens where they have eyes. And I was actually walking down the street and one was coming towards me and we were on a collision course and it stopped. It was like, I'm going to stop here. And then when I walked around it, it kept going. That was an interesting interaction. But it's like everything else about Austin doesn't fit. Just going back to the airport for a minute, like they cram in at least 8 different coffee shops, a bunch of different taco stands that look like taco trucks that aren't actually trucks, live music stages, just all this shit crammed into this terminal,
Hmm.
and there's no place to sit. There's no place to sit. I was going crazy because I got there around lunchtime and my flight wasn't until 2. And I wasn't going to get home with the time change and everything back to Columbus till like 7 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, I should probably eat something. So once I finished going through security, I sort of meandered around and I found a quote unquote taco truck. And it's like $20 for 2 tacos, but that's just airport food. I get my tacos and I turn around and that whole area was set up like a food hall, like North Market,
Yeah. Yeah.
where it's all communal seating. There's no place to sit. There's too many people. There's no place to sit. And if I took my tacos over to like where the gates are, which is like across the hall from where this place was, everybody's sitting there and there's just people milling around and standing there. It's clearly just not accommodating the amount of people that go to and fro Austin. And again, there's all these tech companies there now. And downtown Austin is also really interesting. I mean, look, these are very, very trying times. And I think that we have not done a great job providing housing to the unhoused. And I have been in cities like DC and Vegas and other cities that have homeless populations. It's very out in the open in Austin. That was the most amount of homeless people I have seen in a major city in quite some time. And they're just crashed out on benches. They're just crashed out in the street. I remember when I was in New York last year, there were I had to get up super early to go to the airport and there were people like passed out in the middle of the street.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, okay, it's early. Someone will come get them. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. People are leaving work. It's just a very, very large amount of homeless. And it's sad. I'm not begrudging them. Like they are in the situation they are in. I don't know how they got there. It's not my business, but it just makes the city feel a little bad. It was very, very bad vibes walking around.
Hmm.
I didn't feel unsafe, but it was just really, really bad vibes. And because of that, nothing is open. So I got there at like 1 o'clock on Monday and I was hungry. But there, first of all, there's like no fast food restaurants in downtown Austin.
Hmm.
There's like I couldn't find a Chipotle, couldn't find a Taco Bell. I like went down my list of places that I would acceptably eat, and there was nothing open. Everything opened like at 5 or 6. So I just had
Huh.
to go to CVS and get like beef jerky.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
wasn't and I wasn't staying at a fancy hotel that had room service where I could order something or anything like that. It was just like a Hyatt place or something. But there was only a couple new hotels in town. Everything else was a dated Marriott Residence Inn type thing. And it's very weird because there's this clash of cultures where I understand that Austin has a very deep and rich music history, that the whole Willie Nelson thing and South by Southwest and Austin City Limits. I don't care about any of that. I think I like Willie Nelson, but I have no interest in doing any of that stuff there. And then this younger person generation of coffee, every corner had some sort of coffee stand. I tried 3 of them when I were there. They were fine. I don't think they were anything great, but I got an Americano at all 3 and they all 3 tasted the same.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you take over roasted espresso beans and make espresso out of them. It pretty much tastes the same no matter what you do. So, yeah.
and again, they're very bougie isn't the word. What's the word I would use? Stylish. They're very stylish
Hipster?
establishments. I don't know. I don't know if
Okay.
I don't know if we use the word hipster anymore, do we?
I don't know. Apparently I
Trendy.
still do. Trendy. Okay.
Trendy, stylish coffee shops where everybody is sitting there on a laptop, everybody's having a conference call. It's just
Neat.
open air conference call. Everybody's on everybody else's call, right? That must be the scene there, because that's all that it was. So, and I will say that the places we went for dinner, because it was a corporate like sponsored event type thing, were good. We went to a really nice restaurant Monday night that was very, very upscale Mexican, where I had bone marrow tacos.
Ooh.
Yeah, they actually bring bones full of marrow to your table, and you got to scoop them out. It's like oysters, but not bad.
Okay.
Same consistency
I
though.
like oysters. I like oysters.
Yeah, I can't. I
Okay.
can't. Yeah, that was good. And then we went to like a shuffleboard place the second night. That was kind of fun. When I say shuffleboard, what do you picture? Like the cruise ship with the big sticks?
Yeah, either that or those like bars, like
Yes,
shuffleboard
that
game.
the latter.
Yeah,
Very
okay.
much the latter.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It was actually kind of cool. I will say the name of the place we went to was called Electric Shuffle.
Cute name.
Yeah. And it was actually pretty cool. So what it was those bar top shuffleboard things, but it had cameras and sensors in the pucks that you had to slide. So the way that it worked is you went up to like a little terminal similar to bowling, and you put everybody in that was like in your party, and you got matched up against somebody. And if you won, you got points, and if you lost points. And it was like keeping track of people's wins and losses against who it paired you up with. And every time you threw or pushed or whatever the right word is for that, it was actually tracking where the puck went. So it was like automatically keeping score. It was actually kind of fun. I would go back to Electric Shuffle. I don't know if they're a chain like Pins or something, but if given the chance to go back to a place like that, I legitimately had fun. And they served us a bunch of like appetizer type food that was actually pretty good. So that place was fun. I'm not saying I had a bad trip to Austin. Like Electric Shuffle was really fun, and I got to see people for work, and that's always nice. But yeah, Austin was a very, very weird city. And then with the storms and everything, getting home, it was just like me.
Yeah.
Not a good day to travel. How's the rain down your way? Is it still raining now?
Oh, it's relentless. Yeah.
I had to unclog my gutters this morning.
Yeah, like Asheville is just like if it keeps raining, Asheville is just going to be flooded. So yeah. Oh.
But you guys are okay, right?
So far, it's just wet, real wet. My yard is
Let's
just
see.
my lawn's just growing and growing, and there's nothing I can do about
I know. Oh, I know.
it.
Yeah.
Ugh,
All right. I've
okay,
talked enough. That was my
okay.
trip. What do you want to talk about, Paul?
Drew, I have oh something happened to me today, Drew.
Today.
Today. Literally,
Okay.
like about 2.5 hours ago. Or
Ooh.
okay, recently, maybe whatever. Okay, so Drew, I decided that I was going to be lazy today, and I was going to get pizza for dinner. Pizza.
Oh,
So
your gas station pizza.
nope. I went to we ordered Donato's. It's my daughter's favorite. Whatever. So I hop on the app and I order some pizza, and I get in my car, and our Donato's has a like drive up window, so you can wear sweatpants and just like pull up on the side of the building, and they hand you your pizza.
It's cute of you to think that I don't wear sweatpants
Okay,
out of vehicles.
okay.
But go ahead.
I try not to, but anywho. So I get up to the window, and this I'm gonna kind of retell you the transaction that happened at the Donato's pickup window. As you would expect, the first thing the nice lady at Donato's asked me is, what was my name? So, what's your last name? So, I said Baylor, and she goes, Paul. I'm like, yep, that's me. She goes, I see your order. You ordered online. Did you already pay? Question mark. Which is an odd question because I ordered online. Yes, obviously I already paid. So I'm already thinking, where is this going? And then Drew, she said something to me that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life. She says, I'm going to go ahead and give you the senior citizens discount.
Okay, buddy, hold on. Okay, so hold on.
Mhm.
Devil's advocate for a minute. Just devil's advocate for a minute. You do have
I know,
voluminous,
I know.
lustrous white hair.
I know. But still, Drew, still.
I would have loved to seen the look on your face. Did you laugh?
No.
Or did you just be like, thank you, and you left?
I was just like, thank you. Oh.
What did Jennifer say?
Oh, they laughed. She told all.
Were they
of her
there?
friends. No. I told them when I got home. And hold on, just to prove here, I'm going to hold on. Let's save. I'm going to.
That woman ended your whole career.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and make this the show art as well here. I'm gonna just hold on. Copy photo. Messages.
Oh.
I forgot how to use my phone.
Oh no. What, did someone take a picture of you?
No, I have a picture of the receipt.
Oh no.
right on there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. So that happened to me today.
Okay, I want to see what you ordered. Pepperoni OO.
I don't know what that means.
Large thin pepperoni Pepperoni OO.
I don't know what that means.
You got a cheese and you got a pep. Italian Big Don.
Their sub.
White bun bread. Oh, white bun.
White bun.
Bread full sticks. Okay,
Yeah,
white
yeah.
bun bread. White bun bread would be a hell of a thing on a receipt. Full breadsticks, marinara, sauce cups, garlic cup. Senior discount. You saved a whole $4, my guy.
I did.
Oh my god. You need to get that framed. You have to hang that in your office, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, that's
I
funny.
think my wife took it somewhere.
Oh, she's gonna. Oh no, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how? Okay, so give me some details on this woman. Like, what was her deal? How old was she?
I don't know.
Was she like a high school kid or something?
A little older, maybe, but yeah, definitely that young adult age. Yeah.
Like pre-21, you think?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, man. There's really not a nice way to say this. We're getting older.
I know, but still, Drew, like, I'm not. Mm. Like, when is, here's there's no good answer to this. It's like, when does the senior citizen discount start at Donato's Pizza? And why did she think I looked that old? I guess, I mean, yeah, it's she obviously, like, huh. I mean, let's just be generous and say 55. It's probably not 55. She looked at me and she's like, he's 55, easy.
All right. So on the AARP website, biggest list of senior discounts, April 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What do you think that would be? Restaurants?
I mean, technically.
Okay. Okay. It's not on the list. Huh. I tried going to the Donato's website to see if they would tell us. Well, we can figure it out, right? Like we're smart guys. So your order was $49. It was a 10% discount.
Yeah, yeah.
A 10% discount on Donato's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, end of the day, I got 10% off my pizza, which is, but
pizzas.
Yeah.
Ugh. And you haven't recovered yet, have you?
I have not. I'm not sure I'll ever recover. Oh, yeah. I saved 10%, but I lost my will to live.
Yeah. You saved money, but at what cost?
At what cost? Exactly.
Oh, man. So who's giving you the most shit so far, Jennifer or your daughter?
Most my wife. Yeah, for sure. My wife. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, are you and your wife the same age, though?
She's a little older.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're 47?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm 45, you're 47. Oh, yeah. Wow. That really must mean something to her then. Because if you're getting discounts and she isn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
I mean, but I don't want
you
to
should lean into it.
But she does.
You
my
know
wife
what?
does color her hair, so
Oh, you heard it here first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
well, you could tell because part of it's purple, so you would know. You wouldn't look at that and go, "That occurs in nature." No,
I don't think I've seen Jennifer for a while. She has purple hair. She has like purple now.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got extensions and the tips are purple. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good for her. Mm-hmm. Well, buddy, I think there's a couple different ways you can go with this. No, I think you can continue to wallow in the realization that we're all going to die.
I'm going to wallow. That's what I'm going to do. Thanks. Yep.
Well, but hold on. Just hold on a second. What if you just lean into it? What if you lean into it where you're like, now every time you go somewhere with Jennifer, you should say like, can I get the senior discount? Like, just like go like hard. Just go hard on this.
Okay, so according to what I just found, Donato's senior discount is supposed to be tied to having a golden Buckeye card, and you get a golden Buckeye card at age 60.
So she just assumed, looking at you, that you were 60.
Yes.
Ouch. Okay.
That hurts. It hurts.
I don't think you look that old. I think people, I mean, I don't know how the lighting situation was. I mean, it was probably still light out if you went a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Overcast, cloudy, raining, but still. I mean, come on.
If all they see is the glasses and the gray white hair, I get it. But you have wonderful hair. You just have that really smoky hair color.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, thank
but
you.
It didn't do you any favors tonight, huh?
It did not.
Man, that sucks, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think no one has straight up called me older. No one has done that to me. And I think it's because I still have a very fat face. Like I have a very fat young face. And I think that boyishness belies my age a little bit. But
I would call it. I mean, it's round. I wouldn't call it fat.
nah, it's pretty chubby. It's round.
Yeah, round's not fat. Round's round.
Little Dutch boy. I was called that a few times in my life by different people.
Oh, okay. That's just mean.
Well, I mean, people aren't very nice.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, I'm sorry, but was the pizza good? I mean, you're right. Donato's is kind of whatever.
Yeah. It was perfect. It was fine. It's Donato's. You know what to expect.
Do you get the classic little thin boy pretzel crust thing?
Yeah, we do. I do like a thin crust party cut pepperoni. My daughter likes their hand
Party
tossed.
cut.
Yeah, they call it party cut.
Talking about putting on airs, party cut. Yeah.
My daughter likes the cheese, but she likes the hand toss. So like the regular,
Oh,
style
right.
pizza.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is she? You said she's having a little friends overnight thing, or is it just you guys?
No. She just wanted.
She wanted pizza.
I was being lazy, so I ordered pizza. So, Yep.
You're a good dad.
Yeah. Well,
You're one of the best dads I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well. Okay.
Talking about being depressed. Oh.
All right. So, we're recording this on a Saturday. It's April 5th, and now that Liberation Day is behind us.
Yeah. How did you celebrate Liberation Day?
Not great. By watching in real time the value of my 401k plummet, or not? Well, all my retirement.
Yeah, I have.
And my investments.
I can't look. I can't bear to look. I don't know.
When I heard, okay, so we're obviously talking about we both live in America. We're obviously talking about President Business and his decision to basically fuck everything up more than it's already fucked up. There's not a nice way to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I put this as a topic tonight, you and I have hobbies.
Yes.
Every single one of our hobbies is about to get even more expensive now.
Yeah, and possibly just destroyed because of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the obvious one first, right? You have ordered a lot of handheld gaming devices.
Yes.
And they have shipped from overseas.
Yes.
Now, depending on where they're coming from, so let's just use your most recent purchase as an example. What did that cost again?
Oh, how much was the Retroid Pocket 5 handheld? It was $219.
$219. Okay.
So so technically it was tariff free because of the law or the rule that said if it was something's like under $800, it doesn't get tariffed, which that rule no longer exists.
And I believe it shipped from China, correct?
It sure did.
Okay, so I believe that it is subject now to a 60% tariff.
Yeah, like 50. Yes.
So that device could have, if the total cost of the tariff is passed on to you, which let's face it, why wouldn't it be?
It would be, yeah.
That would have been another $130 that you would have paid for that device.
Yeah, it would have been $350. Yeah.
That's
too much. It's too much.
Look, we've talked about this. Like, you and I are both very blessed in the fact that we have really, really comfortable careers. Yes. And experience and skills and things that mean that we can provide for ourselves and our family and still have stuff left over for hobbies.
Yes.
But when something increases in cost by 50 to 60%, I don't care what it is, that's still a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And, like video games in general, the next PlayStation, for example, if it comes out over the next year, or the next PlayStation controller that you want, or, a topic we're going to talk about later, like the whole Nintendo Switch 2 announcement is now kind of like, people are like, wow, okay, so instead of it being however much it was going to be, it's going to be substantially more.
Yeah.
I hope that some of these chuds that are capital G gamers that get mad at women and non-binary people, maybe shut their fucking mouths and think a little bit about who they vote for and what they say online, because now that our big president daddy is making it harder for them to enjoy their hobby, I'm sure they'll blame somebody else, but hopefully it makes them stop and think about that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's
and by the way, it's not just overseas shit that gets more expensive. Like, my shooting stuff is also going to get more expensive.
Yeah, well, like, here's like what people don't seem to understand is even let's just have some fun here. Okay, let's say that there's an American company and a Chinese company, and they both make relatively the same thing. And let's just say that somehow they're both charging $10 for this thing, right? Even though technically the US pie would be a little bit more expensive because of labor and blah blah blah, whatever. Both selling for $10. Well, suddenly, President Business's tariff comes into effect, and now that that widget coming over from China is now $16. Well, you know what the American companies do? They raise their prices too. And they go, well, I can raise our price to $14 and still be cheaper. Like, yeah. Everything is just going to get more expensive. Yeah. Like vegetables, produce. Yeah. Most of that comes from Mexico. Board games, Drew. Board games.
Yeah, that's the other one that's going to suck.
This could kill the golden age of board gaming.
It could. And the reason for that is that every time a board game gets made, it gets made in China.
Yep.
And it gets put on boats and shipped to distributors who then send it to us. So I have board games that I have. Here's a great example. Like, here's the big unknown. I have kickstarted some games that have not even entered production yet. And I have paid hundreds of dollars to get them. Now, usually the way this works is that deposit, that's really what it is. That deposit means that when the game is made, there is a unit with my name on it. You usually still have to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Are these companies now going to email me and say, hey, here's what your shipping cost is going to be? And are they just going to have this adjustment?
I don't know. Yeah.
And I'm already hundreds of dollars deep in it. It's not like I'm going to say, you know what, forget it. I don't want it. Why would I do that? That stuff's not refundable to my knowledge when you kickstart something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just so much uncertainty right now. I don't know how it's gonna.
And you know what? I'm not necessarily a guy. Listen to me, Mr. Anxiety. I'm not a guy who generally overthinks this stuff. I mean, overthinking things is one of my hobbies. It's called anxiety.
Right. Yeah.
But today, after I was cleaning my gutters, I went to the hardware store to get a couple things for the yard. And when I was at the hardware store, I looked over and my big orange tools that are made by Still that I love were over on the shelf. And I was like, those come from Germany. They're not manufactured here. And I've been wanting a new trimmer for a while. So you know what I did?
You bought it.
Bought it right now. Why wait? Like, we're going to stimulate this a little bit right now while people buy the things that they can buy at the prices that they're used to. But again, a $280 trimmer going up by whatever the percentage is for imported German goods, because Still is made, it's a German company. A lot of that stuff's manufactured in Germany and sent here. That would have gone up by $60-$70, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not that much, but even still, why wouldn't I? And cars. So, I have bought some cars over the past few years, and I have a penchant for nice European cars. And when you buy a $125,000 BMW, if the tariff's only 20% on that,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that
It's
yeah,
significant.
plus tax, how do you talk yourself into that,
Yeah.
Now
Like
granted,
European Union, 20%. There you go. Yep.
yeah, so 20% on a BMW M that is
That's a
made
lot. Yeah.
in Germany. It's not like there's no part of the assembly that happens here in the US. That like the M cars are made in Germany. And if, I still would love to own an Audi wagon, but those aren't manufactured here either. And Mandy Subaru,
Even the ones that are manufactured here, they import the parts. Like,
right.
yeah.
And again, not a trade expert, we're big dummies on the internet, but my understanding is that even if it's assembled here, the parts would
Yeah,
still be subject
yeah,
to.
because the parts are imported. Yeah. So
Right.
they would pay more for the parts coming in. Yeah.
And certain auto manufacturers are better than others here. But Mandy is a big Subaru girl. And thankfully, knock on wood, her car's fine. My Toyota's fine. But like, my poor dad, my dad has a Jeep, a terrible Stellantis Jeep that he's had. It's paid off. My dad lives on a fixed income. He's retired. He has his pension. He has Social Security. His Jeep is dying and it's getting more cost prohibitive to fix it. And he's been looking to get a new car. He's used to having his car paid off, so he's not looking to spend a ton of money. Well, that search just got a lot harder unless he's
Yeah.
willing to go buy another Jeep, which I am begging him not to do. So, yeah, this stuff's going to creep into everybody's lives, not just our expensive hobbies. And like for guns, yeah, a lot of ammunition is manufactured here in the States. But, depending where does the copper come from? Right? Where does the lead come from? Where does the brass come from? Parts for guns, like really, really nice machined barrels. A lot of times are either small bespoke people who have bought steel and manufactured it, or optics. There are a handful of American companies that make decent quality optics. The vast majority come from either the EU for the super high end stuff, especially Germany, or come from China because they're a little bit, lower quality, more mass produced type stuff. Firearms, obviously firearms manufacturing is huge in the US, but I like the more bespoke quality stuff. Like many of my rifles are foreign rifles, like Sako, that's Finnish. I don't know if they're part of the EU or not, but that's another great example. And all my fancy electronics for shooting, ballistic calculators, anemometers, that stuff's not made here. So I think through all the things in my life, not to mention Apple products that we're going to buy between now and whatever.
Yeah, I would call that a hobby. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you live in this day and age without a smartphone.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're willing to do the stupid phone company subsidized thing and get trapped with that.
Yeah.
Lego.
I mean, like
Lego.
Coffee.
Lego. We like Lego here.
We do.
It's not manufactured here.
Nope.
Like I'm just looking around my office at things.
Yeah.
It's sad and it's scary, and and in the end, it's not going to matter. It's not going to change. It's a whole lot of bluster for nothing, and it's just going to make things harder on people, especially people who are less fortunate than us.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine what it'd be like looking at someone who's ready to retire in like 2 years and just watching that dream slip away.
But yeah, and I had a long conversation with my retirement guy, and I was like, what do we do? And his advice, of course, is kind of stay the course. It's going to be fucked up while we figure this out. He's like, you're still 15, 20 years away from retirement. You can kind of take a hit. And I was like, I could take a hit, but there's a difference between taking a hit and it going down 50%.
Yeah.
Like I've been saving since I entered the corporate workforce at the ripe age of 21. So I'm 45 now. That's 23 years of buying into 401ks and IRAs and other investments that, numbers are only supposed to go up, right?
Yeah, not, these numbers are going down.
These
They're
numbers are
going
going
down.
down.
These numbers are going down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, I don't know, buddy. It's now obviously I gave you an example of how this has already impacted me by making a purchasing decision today, but when you think through these things, right? And maybe this is how we segue into this next topic. Is it going to impact your purchasing decisions here in the near future?
I'm not really. I don't know. Like, to say I haven't thought about it would be a lie. Like, both of my kids have like iPhone 14s. I'm like, well, do I just like do an upgrade now instead of waiting for the next phone? At some point, I'm gonna have to buy my son a laptop. Should I just do that now? Though I think I have to buy him a Windows laptop. uh,
Really?
yeah, yeah. Uh, I think that's so. I I don't know. I'm not like I haven't ordered anything yet, but I have thought about it. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It sucks. It sucks. I'm
What
old and
about
it sucks.
what about like your daughter's horns and stuff? I mean, she doesn't need one right now, but like where's that stuff made?
I don't know. Uh, let's see. Uh, some of them are made in the States.
Okay.
Yeah, but it depends. Yeah, like everything else. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But
Well, so
yeah,
so switching gears then. You have impressions about the Switch 2,
yeah. I mean,
but
that was
we should probably lead with the fact that pre-orders are currently suspended, right?
yeah. They were going to start pre-orders were going to start next week. Uh, so pre-orders are still going to start next week everywhere else but the United States because Nintendo is like, oh fuck, that was bad timing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I mean, like the Switch 2 is supposed to be $450, which okay, yeah, it's a little on the high end, but if you look at other handhelds in that kind of space, it's it's in the ballpark, respectable, not any I wouldn't call it overpriced, but with the tariffs it could be $600. Like that's extremely different
Yeah.
than 450. Uh yeah, it's yeah, yeah, it's a weird time because I want to be excited about the Switch too, because like on paper it looks like a really interesting like console slash handheld. Like it's got a lot of things that makes me excited as someone who's a handheld gaming enthusiast. Uh, but whew, that if I mean the tariffs are if the tariffs were small 5-10% whatever, you could see some companies just taking that one on the chin, taking it out of the margin, but like that's not possible with this amount. Like it's yeah, there's no taking this one on the chin. It's just you have to pass on that cost to the consumer. uh
Yep.
yeah,
What do you
man.
so I watched the Switch 2 announcement
Hmm.
after they did it. And I think the thing that jumped out there were basically two things that jumped out about to me about the announcement. Number one, the games, like $80 for a game.
Yeah, that was going to happen at some point. I wasn't surprised by that. Someone was going to have to go first. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like, okay, here's a bold prediction. The next Grand Theft Auto game, the next one, I bet you that retails at $90.
You're probably right about that.
I thought that even before this happened. So I thought that was going to be the thing that raised all of the video game prices, but that was that game coming out. But it was Nintendo. Okay, that's fine. Like that's I mean, AAA games cost more now than ever. Uh it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Uh I mean, yeah, is it bad timing? Yes, absolutely it is. Are people going to be upset? Absolutely. But I think games were undervalued already. So that's just my take. That's my take.
Okay.
Also, like, going from 70 to $80 isn't going to stop me from buying a game I want. So,
That's
privilege.
true. That's true. And the other thing that was really interesting about the announcement is Sony had a lot of success with things like Astrobot and
Mm-hmm.
it teaching you how to like what was it, Astrobot's Playroom or whatever it was called,
Yeah, there was, yeah.
that basically taught you all the new functions of the controller on the PS5, right?
Yes, yep.
And
It was, yeah,
that experience was free.
it was. Yep,
Nintendo
came
is
with it.
making one
Yeah, they're going to charge for it. Yeah.
that again,
Mm-hmm.
this is essentially a tech demo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the unspoken rule about these things, again, Sony with the Playroom,
Mm-hmm.
and then Valve with Steam VR.
Yeah, they even had one for the Steam Deck. What was that called? Like
Yeah,
Aperture something.
yeah.
Yeah.
They had one
Yeah.
for the Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
There was one with my HTC Vive. There, I don't know. Like, there's all these free things that basically are like, hey, here's your new toy.
Yeah.
Here's all the cool stuff you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo decides they're going to charge money for that. Now, they're not going to charge $80 for that. But why would anybody?
Yeah, I don't know.
And again,
Yeah.
Nintendo, by the way, in the past, gave away a free game with a whole ass free game with consoles like Wii Sports,
Yeah.
which was a banger of a game in its own right. Honestly, I love Wii Sports.
Yeah.
that
it was
that
a
was
classic.
the one that
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. And less first party titles than I would expect to support a console launch, but you know,
Well,
it's
okay,
Nintendo.
so
It's
talk
Nintendo.
about that, right? Because
Mhm.
I didn't dig into this, but they're gonna provide backwards compatibility, right?
For most titles, yes. Yeah.
Oh, so not
Yeah.
every title.
They haven't they uh it could be things that have like weird, like they do weird shit with like the existing Joy-Cons. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what is it here? I linked to a Polygon article. Nintendo did warn that certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2.
I
So,
bet you it's some of those like shovelware
yeah.
indie games,
Mhm.
right? Like I'm sure Smash Brothers will be fine. I'm sure Animal
Oh, yeah.
Crossing will be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure the first party stuff will be fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So what
Yeah.
else? What else do you think? Like what else are you like? What makes you excited about this?
I mean, so obviously Mario Kart, like, yeah, like a new Mario Kart. I want to play it. I want to play it. Mario Kart's great. Everybody loves Mario Kart. It's also just a great game to have when you have that party, your people over to your house and it's getting a little awkward. You're not sure what to do. You're like, hey, let's play some Mario Kart. And everyone's like, yeah, I'll play Mario Kart. It's just good to have. Also, I am personally extremely excited about the new Donkey Kong game because
Okay, I did not see that.
yeah, the new 3D Donkey Kong game called Donkey Kong Bonanza. See, it's a pun. Bonanza.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's coming out. And then there's some other third-party titles, whatever. Meh. You know. Yeah, those two are the exciting ones. I actually never played. I only played like 2 hours of Tears of the second Zelda game. Was that Tears of the Kingdom? Yeah. I haven't played that,
I didn't
so-
play it. I didn't
yeah.
play it.
So that could give me a reason to bust that out if it's in 4K and 60 frames a second and looks better. I could dust that back off. But end of the day, Mario Kart. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh,
That is
Yeah.
that is the thing about Nintendo. I mean, their first party games are all pretty damn good and household names.
Yeah, you know, there's going to be another Mario coming out, and yeah, all that wonderful stuff. And I mean, heck, it's even if it wasn't a Nintendo console, if you just think about it compared to like other handhelds, right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's probably going to be slightly underpowered compared to like a Steam Deck or whatever because Nintendo doesn't put the best hardware, in there, but it's still like it's a good HDR LCD screen. It's big, 120 hertz variable refresh rate. Like that's great. Like that's great. And the fact that it docks and now the dock has some active cooling so it actually can upscale those games a little bit more and run those run that clock up that CPU and GPU a little bit. Yeah, it's smart. It's a good design. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, just for that alone, I'm excited about it. So,
When's the last time you played your Switch?
it's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, actually, that's not true. After the announcement, I did fire it up and I did play a little bit of Super Mario Wonder.
Okay.
But and before that, it was probably at least a few months. Yeah.
Okay. I probably haven't turned my Switch on in at least 3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the last time I turned it on was during the pandemic to play Animal Crossing. That was it.
Okay. Okay.
And maybe once after that for some reason. It's currently sitting on my desk next to your PlayStation, just sitting in its dock, not doing anything. I'm sure it still works. I don't know what kind of shape the battery's in, but
yeah. We'll see where, President Business tariffs end up and how much it actually costs, but I think I'm going to pre-order one. So, yeah.
Okay. So help me understand this.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are also mad about the pre-order process.
Yeah.
What is the process to pre-order?
Okay. So, there's a whole you can pre-order, like they're going to be available at Best Buy and GameStop and Target, and you can just pre-order there, first come first serve, whatever. Okay, that's still normal. To order it from Nintendo themselves, Nintendo is trying to thwart scalpers, so you need to have a Nintendo account that is. So as of the time of the direct, right? So it's too late now. It's too late now. As of the time of the direct, you're paying for their online service, which I still am for some reason. You have to have played 50 hours. And I think there's one more thing about being like opt-in to like email notifications or something.
Ew.
Yeah, which I am too, because I get the emails. I don't care, whatever. I can delete an email, but if all those were true, you can basically register like, hey, Nintendo, I am interested. And then they will send you an email when there's one for you ready to buy. Yep. But apparently, I don't think those emails are going to come out right away. So I did the whole thing. I signed up. Like all those things are true for me. Like that's not a problem. I did say, yes, I am interested, but I'll probably just go and see if I can't order one from like another retailer just to know that I have one. But we'll see. It's not like I need to absolutely have this. So if it takes a little bit, like I didn't get my original Switch on launch day. I got it a few weeks after, so it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when I got mine. I definitely didn't get mine at launch. I'm pretty sure I bought mine like maybe a month or two before Smash Brothers was announced.
Okay.
I don't know. That just seems so long ago, and I know it wasn't that long ago.
It's been a while. Like when did the Switch come out? 2017.
Microsoft. Yeah, I was at Microsoft at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I would. Yeah, I think I had just started at Microsoft when it came out. So you're gonna do it though, right? Like there's no question.
So. I mean, well, there is a question. It's how much is it actually going to cost due to tariffs? So we'll see. But
okay,
yeah. Oh, you know what? I did lie. There is one thing that I did order just in case prices went up, and that was my micro SD Express card that is earmarked for the Switch.
Right.
So
It has to be. Yeah. Did you get the
yeah.
1 terabyte one or?
No, the only one I could find that was actually all of the like there's two companies that make them, SanDisk and what's the one that starts with L?
Lexar.
Lexar. The Lexars are already all sold out, like everywhere. Could not find them. So they're the ones that
Wow.
sell the terabyte one. So I just got the SanDisk 256. So
Okay.
just
So I'm gonna pop over to microcenter.com real quick. So we're gonna see what they have. Products. Let's see here. Is that under electronics? Maybe. No, it would be under PC parts.
I don't see any.
Well, their search isn't the best. Let's see here. What would it be under, do you think? Electronics. Here, flash memory. Okay.
It's
Let's
not
see.
extreme, it's express.
Is it SD? SD card, right?
Yeah, they're SDs. Yeah, micro
Okay,
SD.
so there's
They don't-
SD, there's
they don't have-
SD,
Yeah.
there's micro SD, HC, and XC.
Yeah, they don't have any of them.
Okay. Include out of stock items.
Yeah.
What's micro SD XC and
High
HC?
capacity. High
Oh,
capacity.
XC. Well, HC is high capacity, but what's XC?
Yeah. Extreme capacity. I don't know.
They have more of those than the high capacity.
Yeah. Yeah. And those, and like the extreme is what you would typically buy. I'm not even know why they would carry the Express, because it's not like they're backwards compatible, right? The Express has a different number of pins. So it's not like they're one for one compatible. And as far as I know, outside of some very high end cameras, this is the first consumer device to support the standard. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you've got that on standby then.
Yeah, they're the same shape, but they have different number of pins. It's very weird.
Okay.
Way to go. Yeah, way to go, SanDisk or whatever, who decided on that standard. But yeah.
We can't have nice stuff, man. We gotta make it as complex as possible.
Yep. Yeah. I think there should be a lot of people buying the wrong SD card for it, but we'll see.
Oh, guarantee.
Yeah.
Guarantee. Man, they have a lot of RTX 5070s in stock.
I was just gonna say that green bar at the top. We are working hard to keep the 50 series in stock.
I'm actually very glad that I decided not to buy a 50 series card.
Okay.
And they've been having so many problems. And Gamers Nexus, Gamers Nexus, man, they just I love that channel because they're not afraid to blow up everything. Because I mean, obviously they review NVIDIA stuff and they do all that stuff. But they did a video that came out. Let me get the link real quick. You should definitely watch this if you haven't already. They're calling it the Great NVIDIA Switcheroo.
Ooh.
And basically what they're discovering is that each generation, they have slowly been creeping and basically gimping cards that people consider to be enthusiast or mainstream, when really, if you look at this year's 5080, price and performance wise, it's like last year's 4070.
Oof.
That's the general gist, but the video is only 25 minutes long, which is a shorter video for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty short for him. Yeah,
but it's a really interesting analysis about that, and it's just the latest in a long line of things that have happened since that launch. It makes me happy that I didn't do it. Okay, last topic, real quick before we get out of here. Have you heard of this game, Schedule One?
Yes, I wanted to come out on console so bad.
I thought it was.
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh my God, Paul, it's so fun. It's so fun. I remember in college, I had a Palm Pilot and
Oh yeah, what was that game?
Dope Wars.
Yeah, dope. That's it. Dope Wars. Yeah,
Dope
yeah.
Wars. You would buy drugs, and it was just this engine. It was like the whole interface was basically just tapping buttons and text. There wasn't graphics. It was like buying low and selling high, avoiding the cops, avoiding gangs, buying protection, buying guns, all that other stuff. This is that game with two big improvements. The first one is it's all in first person. And the second one is there's a whole bunch of mini games about how you make the drugs. So when you want to grow pot, you have to go buy all the equipment. You have to plant the seeds, pack the soil, water it, get grow lamps, get drying racks. And as you level up, it gets easier. But when you want to scale, you have to then do automation. So it's this hybrid of like Dope Wars plus something like Satisfactory or Factorio or some other crafting game where you can automate a lot of stuff. So you can hire staff to like tend to it. And then when you get high enough level to unlock meth, like you have to buy chemistry stations and you have to like buy pseudoephedrine off shady dealers and other components. But the absolute number one thing that keeps me hooked is that you can just grow pot. Like you can just grow regular old pot. You can give it to dealers. They'll go sell it. You make money. The real fun of the game is you can then go to the store, like a grocery store, and you can buy ingredients like donuts or soda or batteries or motor oil. And you can mix these things together to give your drugs different effects. And it's funny because some of them are just funny. Like one of the effects is called gingeritis. Not gingivitis, gingeritis.
Does it make their hair red?
It turns everybody's hair orange, right?
Yeah.
There's also you can also mix stuff where people explode when they take it. You can make things where they have seizures, which is both hilarious and terrifying to see half the town having seizures from taking your drugs. But it also makes it easy to pickpocket them. Pickpocket like your money and stuff back because you can steal, you can buy weapons. And it's really interesting. So again, we were just talking, it's really interesting because we were just talking about AAA games and costing $80, $90, $100, whatever it's going to be. This is allegedly a single developer made this. It's $20 and it's completely taken over the video game zeitgeist. Like it's insanely popular. So when I go to the community, how do I see what people are playing? Where is that on Steam? There's a way to do that, right? Community. There's a way to see that. Is it like SteamDB maybe? To see active players?
Steamcharts.com. Steamcharts.com.
Charts.
Steam
Current
charts.
users. So like right now, the most popular game on Steam is Counter-Strike 2. It has 700,000 players. Schedule 1 is number 2. There's currently 333,000 players playing this game. There's more people playing this than Dota, or Rivals, or the other more popular games for $20.
Is it multiplayer as well?
It is. So so if you're playing it by yourself, you really have to lean on automation to do things. But when you're playing with your friends, like I'm the meth guy, my other buddy Arthur is the weed guy, my friend Jeremiah is just going around and making drug deals. You could buy vehicles, you could buy different properties, you can buy furniture and equipment, and you have repeat customers that introduce you to new people and more people that you can recruit. I always have a soft spot for crafting type games, but multiplayer crafting games that are kind of funny, but also it's a very interesting game because you are slowly getting this entire town addicted to very strong narcotics. So there's that. And it's just funny to walk around and see everybody completely blasted out of their mind in your town. I'm telling you, like it's just so incredible to me that for $20, this simple indie game just completely blows everybody away. I'm hoping they release it on console. I thought they were going to.
Yeah. So from what I've heard, because I have been following, the developer is focused, like priority one is getting things. It's still in early access on PC.
Yep.
Priority one is just doing some improvements with the mouse and keyboard. Then two is like getting controller support for the PC, and then focusing on things like the Steam Deck, and then console support would be after that. Right
I mean,
now there is
you could probably, once they get controller support, you'd probably just play it on your Steam Deck, right? Or would you rather
yes.
wait to get it on?
No, I would play it. I would play it on my ROG Ally or something. Yeah. I guess there are people that have done like Steam control mappings of the mouse and keyboard stuff to the controller, and it works most of the time. But yeah, I'll just wait for if controller support comes out, I will buy this game on my ROG Ally X for sure.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun and it's very funny. So I just want to give a quick shout out
TikTok,
for that.
So
mine too. That's where I first saw it. I saw that it launched, and I thought, oh great, here's like some other like funny haha Unity asset flip drug game on Steam. And I'm glad that TikTok continued to show it to me. So I convinced my buddy Arthur and Jeremiah to play it with me, and it's very, very fun. Very, very fun game. And there's a free demo. If you are a PC gamer, there's a free demo you can download on Steam. It's very fun. It kind of gives you the basics and tells you how to like play. So the demo basically is the tutorial.
Okay.
So very, very fun game. I'm glad that you know what it is, and it is very fun.
Yeah. It's definitely on my radar. I want to play it. Yeah.
All right. Hey, I know you're a senior citizen and you need to get to bed. So
yeah. Doingthebest.com. You can find all the show notes. And hey, thanks for listening.